buyer team to come up and do a presentation on stuff that they know really, really well. And that's how to make things fly off the shelf. How to make flips fly off the shelf. And we've done a lot of business with them over the past couple of years. They've got a lot of investor clients. And one of the things that was really impressive with them is not only do they have product knowledge, they're absolute bulldogs when it goes out to marketing and negotiating your products out there on the market, but they've got a lot of other clients who do the same thing. So they know what they're talking about. They're great. I'm pretty excited to see what they're going to say in their slideshow. I haven't even looked at it. That's how much trust I have in what they do. So they're creative. They're fun. They kind of they make a fairly boring industry fun and exciting. So without babbling anymore, I'll invite the wire team up. We have Kim and Kiki.
Hi, I'm Kim, and hey guys, I'm Kiki, and we're the wire team. And it's kind of funny when Chris was talking about, how he learned through trial and error, and started out as mom and pop, and then went to kind of get his operation a little bit better structured. It's kind of the same thing that we went through when we did this process as well. I mean, we do the best we can for him because of the stuff that we've been through. So by no means we just woke up one day and we just became professionals of the real estate investing industry. But over the time, we have learned and we figured out what works and what works for our clients, and then how do we present that to the retail buyers. And we've kind of found a niche, and we are 100% confident that in most of our tactics that we get the best result for our client and for our team. So we'll start with our slideshow.
Yeah, let's just start.
So getting started, you can see that
The title of our
slideshow is top 5 tips to make your flips fly off the shelf. And when we say fly off the shelf, we have over 90% of our flips that we're involved in will sell in 6 to 8 days on the market. So right there, as Chris was talking about, people have the conception that it costs all this money to hire a realtor, but really you could be costing yourself days on the market, beat contracts, buyers that don't perform.
Okay.
So number 1 is see what everyone else is doing. Go ahead and review the recent sold and pending comps in your area, but really stay close in the neighborhood where you're at. What works in Midtown does not work in Conroe, and vice versa. What works in Galveston is not what they're doing in Cumberfield. So you really have to pay attention to that. You really can't do a cookie cutter deal everywhere you go. Also check out the active listings that are going to be pretty direct comps to what you have coming up. Make sure that you blow them out of the water, because that's your direct competition. So the buyers that are going to go see your house are going to go see their house too, and vice versa. Check out the total days on market of your active sold and pending. How quickly did they move? Because you need to set your expectation too. Once you spend 6 weeks on a flip, by the time you put it on the market, you're expecting a contract within about 10 or 15 minutes, because you just can't take it anymore. When really you should set yourself the expectation of maybe it's a 45-day market in that neighborhood, or maybe it's a 10-day market, and then you know that if you've been on the market for 21 days, something's wrong. You need to look at their finish out level. Are they using granite? Are they using quartz? You don't need to use quartz everywhere or something like that. Just because you see it on HGTV does not mean that it's necessarily right for this particular flip. Let's talk about the HGTV situation, because it's fake. I mean, part of it, everyone knows it's fake, okay? And a lot of the times investors come in and they, look and see. Don't get me wrong, some of their design is really on point, and you can take pieces from them and really implement it. But like she said, we really look at what's going on in the neighborhood, and we know the neighborhood, we know the style of houses, and then we kind of guide, because you kind of need to know what you're dealing with, and you're not going to put a gray and white, modern style interior of a home if you have a very traditional
vanilla bean type neighborhood. It just doesn't mix. So we just say, be familiar, be aware of what's going on in the neighborhood that you're looking at.
And then ultimately look at the final sales price of your, of the sold listings that are around you. Do they have to reduce to get what they wanted? And back to days on market as well.
Can I say a quick question?
Sure.
I was just curious. So at first I thought you guys were just like a real estate team that would come in after you kind of completed your home. You guys come in before the paint and decor is complete?
So there's a little bit of a two-part question she was asking, that she thought we were just a real estate team that just comes in after the fact and lists it and do everything that comes along with that. But because we enjoy the process as well and we've created those relationships with our investors, we do offer, once they acquire the property, if they have any questions or they're asking us like, hey, what should I do? Do you have any, suggestions? We'll definitely come walk the property with them. Because sometimes, they may be creatively, challenged, but they can get everything done. They're, good project managers, but they're not sure, or they, So yeah, so we definitely do offer that. We do offer that part of our service because we want to all be on the same page the whole time. So we want to feel confident in the product we're selling. And no doubt sometimes we get called in the middle of the design and we're like, I don't know what to do. Like, what do we do with this?
That definitely happens.
We don't want to walk into a listing after the investor tells us it's complete. We get the keys and we walk in and we're like, oh God. We represent the product too and the product represents us. So we want to be proud of it, and we definitely have a lot to say when it comes to what's really going to make it flat for sharp.
You have to remember too, there's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes in these flips that you can't see. It's behind the wall or the roof or the foundation, and it's always good for us to know that up front because we want to be transparent as much as we can in the beginning, but we still want to push the property as much as we can. We need to know as much about it as we can. So it said the number 2 point is keep within the style of the house. And we've come across this in our years of doing this, so that's why we brought this to people's attention. Mid-century, modern, Victorian, Tudor, you have different styles of homes. So you want to dress the part, you want to make sure you know what the house is and dress the part for that particular style home.
Pull the audience. I just want to pull the
Audience real quick, this listing that we have shown right here, does anybody know what style of home that is, what that's called?
Victorian?
Victorian.
It's a Victorian. So we actually kind of had to save the day on this listing. The seller was going to use another realtor, and the realtor was telling them to paint the whole interior gray. There's a lot of, I know, I wish we had a picture of the interior. It's currently on the market right now. If you guys want to look it up, it's 4042 Blue Bonnet 77025. Blue Bonnet's 2 words. But they were going to go ahead. There's custom oak millwork all over this house, and the other agent told them to paint it out all white and paint all of the interior gray. You cannot unpaint oak. So that's not my style, but it's the style of this house, and it's very important. If you have someone who's interested in $1.5 million Victorian home, you don't want to ruin the style of the home.
So that's why it's so important.
Mind you, he wasn't an investor, he was just a retail seller, but we would have probably been heartbroken if we had to see that. If you look at the house on the outside, and can you imagine walking in and seeing a gray, white, modern, it just doesn't work. So if you're interested in check out the listing, you can see what the inside looks like now. The next point was understand the design. Most of us, I'm not super design savvy, but over my experience, I've learned and picked up certain things, and then also, Kirsten has a degree in I don't know, something, art, something, whatever. So she balances me out with the stuff that I don't know. But understand the design, get on Google, get on Pinterest, try to see what is going on and names of something, or if you're looking for something specific. The internet is a wealth of knowledge, just like you guys are here, getting all the information from these other investors. You can still grab information, design information from the web. And of course, she says work on singles paint strips. I don't know if anybody can understand what that means, because a lot of our investors don't, especially if they're new. You want to explain the paint strip?
So generally, especially if you guys are working with Fast Track, we do sell a lot of flips that Fast Track has worked on, and you can kind of go in the gray direction or you can go in the tan direction. And I believe Fast Track does the same thing, but it's a good idea when you're choosing your paint colors. If you are choosing on your own, you get one paint strip and you just slide up and down. Don't go to the one over or this one over here because you may have a blue undertone here, a red undertone here, and once you put it all in the same room, it clashes and it just does not vibe. You don't get that harmony. So if you're just sliding up and down on the same paint strip, it's going to make your color selection really easy.
Everyone's familiar with you get a paint strip from Sherwin-Williams and it has like 6 colors on it, so just kind of stay in the background. Yeah, and that's it for the second little tip.
Oh, this is a visual example.
So this is a visual example you're going to explain.
Yeah, no, you can see it right there, but. Can
You guys see the design board, the different colors and the different
Oh,
design.
sorry, I'm good on my phone, not on here. Good, great. So see, you have dark, and then lighter, oh my god. Dark, lighter, lightest, and dark, lighter, lightest, dark, lighter, lightest. And then you pick your materials around that.
Now, mind you, this is something you want to do a little more custom, because we do always recommend Fast Track, and I don't know how flexible they are, if you want to make 1 or 2 changes, if that's possible. I know they have their standard collections, which still work, but if you want to take something in a different direction, or you want to do something custom yourself, this is kind of what we go to in terms of tools of visually what it looks like.
So that brings us to our next slide is put a cherry on top. After Fast Track does close out the job, we like to recommend that you guys maybe put 1 or 2 items of razzle dazzle, we always call it. You need to know your end buyer. This is so important. Who is buying this house? It's not going to be some faceless robot. It's going to be a real person. And you need to know who is buying in this neighborhood, who is buying in this price point, and why are they buying. We can give you one example. I'll do the example at the end, but you want to appeal to the female client. I love to see that there's so many ladies here today. It has felt for a long time that the investor circuit has been very male dominated. For some reason, flip designs still seem to feel very male dominated when you walk in. Hello. Okay. When you walk in, it feels like there's not a lot of thought put into it. It's very cookie cutter, very dry. So you want to kind of get into the mind of the woman. This is the one who's watching HGTV. So if she walks into the house, because your buyers do watch HGTV, they're ridiculous. They have all these crazy ideas, but that's the reality of it. This is what you're dealing with. So if you're appealing to them and they feel like Chip and Joanna when they walk into this house, now you have her attention and you want her attention. Any married men in the room? You? Would you guys go ahead and pick a house completely disregarding your wife's opinion? I think we all know better than that. I think we all know a little bit better than that. So whether the woman is buying for herself or she's making a decision for her family, 9 times out of 10 it's a woman who is making a decision whether your house is the one that she's going to write a contract on. So you need to be in the mind of the woman. And this is why you want to make her decision easy. You can have 3 homes that are direct competition with each other, all for sale on the same street. And if one of them has a beautiful gold light fixture and a wine nook in the kitchen, who's getting the contract? Easy decision. So get that little extra razzle dazzle, put that cherry on top, make your decision easy. Price yourself competitively, but be just a little bit sexier than the house next door, and that's the house that's going to get chosen. You want to invoke senses and emotion. So if your house is bland and there's nothing to look at, there's nothing special about it, your showing is going to last about 19 seconds. They're going to be in, they're going to be out, they don't care, there's nothing memorable, it doesn't stick in their mind, they don't stay, they don't envision themselves moving in, and this is where you really need to think about the homeowner and the buyer. From the investor standpoint, it's a numbers game, it's a project. But for your buyer, this is your end goal, right? It's to snag a buyer, and this is a real person. So you need to keep that in mind. You want to sell a lifestyle, not a property. It's a property to you, but this is a lifestyle to them. Again, in the mind of a woman, A woman will be in her fantasy world when she's looking at this house. She sees an island and she's imagining that she's making blueberry waffles and her kids are doing their homework. They're A students and they're all doing their homework here at the island, and all these wonderful things are going to change in her life because she's buying your house. So feed into that. And going back to where it says invoke senses, when we host our open houses, we try to appeal to all 5 senses when the buyer walks in. It's not just walk in, walk out, you see it, now you don't, next house. We have music on, we bring candles from Bath and Body Works, so we want to see, touch, taste, we usually have coffee, smell, that's the candles, and hear, that's the music. So if you are really engaging this person as a human being and activating all their senses, now you have their attention.
What's next?
Is that from you for that?
I do want to say,
Hey, like real quick, like when she was talking about the cherry on top, even, you know, once fast track is done, like it only takes 1 or 2 small little things to really make a difference. So we're not telling you to put luxury in the whole entire thing. This one accent wall, you can see the blue wall, like the whole room was bland. It was just all one color. And this was an over $600,000 house. So we had to explain to the seller, like, this looks great, but if 1 coat of paint on this wall, or at least, paint color on this wall would make a different visual sensation to somebody. And the light fixture, we get asked for the light fixture. So 1 or 2 small changes at the end to just kind of give it that little extra something just makes it feel more expensive than maybe it really is. But that's what I want to say. Like, Fast Track does their thing, and that's fine. We have investors that use them for everything, and then we just come in at the end and say, can we just add this, and then maybe it gets you another $10,000, $20,000. You never know, because then everybody's fighting over your property. So keep that in mind.
that light fixture was like $130.
That light fixture is like $130, and then how much is the paint bottle? Like $75, right? All paint costs the same, no matter what color it is. So if it makes sense, the reason that we chose the navy for this house is because the investor had already put in like a light dusty sky blue backsplash, which was not our fave, but we had to kind of play it up and make it look like this is on purpose. So we brought the navy into this kind of lounge area and it really tied everything in. So about $200 and the room looks like this now.
So we do give them examples, like I said, we do help them throughout the whole process. So if they're like, oh, what do we do? What do we put here? What do we do? I don't know, they get kind of, a little anxious about it, then we just start getting on wherever we're buying from, whether it's Amazon or Johnson Main or, Wayfair or whatever, like, hey, here's one, it's a pretty decent price, this will go good, and we just kind of shoot it to them and let them go for it. So we do give them the actual direction as well.
Okay, you're doing this one now.
Okay, number 4 is put your best foot forward. It says you get 1 chance to debut, so you gotta give it your all. You gotta come get 1 chance to make a first impression. And I will say we come across some properties where the investor's like, well, I'm kind of all tapped out of money. I was able to do this and I couldn't do this. Okay, work with what we got. But then the feedback is, oh, they replaced this whole thing and this old one right next to it just, it's a turnoff. So I try to, and then they come back and I'm like, well, we can always negotiate that. I said, but you get 1 chance to impress them from the beginning. So yes, we can possibly work that in, but we've kind of lost the love and feeling, from that first impression. So
That first impression is everything. It's like Beyonce on the red carpet does not show up in her tennis
Shoes and say, that's all right, y'all got my heels in my bag, I'm gonna change into my heels later. No. Hair is done, makeup is done, dress is on point, Spanx taped up, heels on, everything is perfect, Vaseline on the teeth. Like, you have to have everything ready to go when you debut. Like a ride coming down the aisle, you get 1 chance to show your first,
your best
your
friend.
first impression.
So on that note, we will say ensure all work is done. I think our biggest complaint with, not Chris, but with some of our other clients is they tell us, oh, it's ready for pictures, it's done, and then we get a photographer over there or we go off the property and we're like, no, it's not done. Like there's stuff that's, not finished. So first things first, make sure all the work is completed. We say, is it ready? Is it you're ready or is it our ready? Because it's a whole different ballgame. Hire a cleaning service. I don't know how many people say, oh, I'll do it. I'll just go ahead and clean it. You really need to hire a cleaning service. Somebody that's going to come in there and spend 3 to 4 hours to really scrub everything, because that first weekend of traffic, you want it to be, and you may have to have someone come in another couple of weeks. you have to keep it clean. It needs to be on point the whole time. Get professional photos. I swear, if I see more iPhone photos and completed retail listings, I really don't know what to do.
Come on, man, it's $100, bro.
I don't know if it's the realtor, if it's the realtor is the investor, if the realtor is the seller, like, I don't know what it is, but iPhone pictures do not do anything for, even an as-is, property. It doesn't. Like, get professional photos. Even if you're selling something as is, wholesale, a good photo of it makes all the difference, so.
You want little thumbnails?
No thumbnails.
I mean, for like the iPhone 10, that's like.
Not even an iPhone 10
Look,
portrait
so
mode, okay?
This is my iPhone 10 took the top picture, and this is our professional photo below it.
There you go. See, iPhone is great, but it's not that great. Use visuals to add value.
So all pictures, your visuals add your value to the listing. This is how you get traffic through the door. This is not the 70s where your real estate agent goes to these broker open houses and they come tell the buyer, this is what's on the market. Everybody's online, everybody's got their phone in their face. So this is your shot to add value to your listing. Don't work so hard on a project and then play yourself with some crappy pictures. You're insulting yourself, you really are. And you're insulting your work. And then don't post redundant photos. Just because your photographer sends you 52 pictures, for God's sakes, please do not upload 52 pictures. Nobody can stand it. Nobody wants to see 52 pictures of your house. You probably do. Like 52 pictures of your baby doing the same but different stuff. No. You post a front picture, one, like of each room. We don't need to see the room from 6 different angles. Choose the photos that are the best side of each room. Just get the traffic through the door. That's the aim of these pictures, is get the traffic through the door.
Where we at?
Also consider staging. I know it's a cost and a lot of investors are like, oh, we didn't plan for that, we don't want to do staging. Oh wait, let me order this dingleberry package that has a plant in the corner, a rug floating in the middle of the room. I mean, we always say if you're not gonna do it all, don't do it at all. Like just leave it plain, leave it blank. But if you're gonna do it, like really do it, consider it, especially if you're trying to be the highest in the neighborhood, or you're trying to make a comp, or you're really just trying to set a precedent and you're proud of what you put out. Consider a small staging package, even if it's, just the main living room and, the living area, even if you have to skip, the bedroom.
I was gonna say,
We do have an example of a home that was an investor, custom. The design could not have been more beautiful on this home. Everything custom, 100 days on the market. We had almost 50 showings, so showing every 48 hours. No lack of interest whatsoever, but they just could not see themselves living in the space. We finally got the staging in there and it sold full price to the next person who walked in the door after 100 days on the market. It's a $500,000 property, so what are your holding costs for 100 days when you stage it from the jump and probably could have sold to the real first person who saw it. I will say, this was the first one that he decided not to stage, and let's just say he will not do that again. After we explained to him, we wanted him to have staging. So, we ended up having to reduce instead. It was a mess. But now it's sold, and what happens sometimes is the buyer can't imagine, especially if the area's a little small or you have a weird layout, but they can't imagine, like, I don't know, how would I put my stuff there? How would it fit? I don't know, this is not gonna work. So you have to kind of show them. So sometimes if we have a funky situation, or it's a smaller, put some furniture in there and show them that they can live in this area, and you have to take out the guest room. We'll say also, check out virtual staging. We do a lot of that for maybe under our $250,000 listings, because sometimes you don't have the budget or the room to do a full staging package, and the buyer still needs to see what it would look like with some furniture. So there's a couple of companies that we use, and of course that's a charge that we pay for with our service, and we'll pick certain rooms to do virtual staging. And some people get there and they're like, we thought this house was staged. We're like, no, it's virtual staging. It's to give you an idea, to visually give you an idea. So keep that in mind if you can't do the full staging package. And then include proximity and amenities. So if you're right off of 99, you want to let people know you can get on and off 99 in 2 seconds. If you're right next to Sugarland Smart Financial Center, then you want to probably include a photo of that. So different things that really are selling points, include that in your listing photos. If you could pull a stock photo without infringing on any copyright, that's cool. But usually with your photography package, you can have them shoot the community water slide or the venues that are nearby or whatever you think is attractive, not just about the home, but the neighborhood, because remember, you're selling a lifestyle, not a property.
Okay. So what are we on? So this is the house you were talking about. You can.
Yeah, this is the real life staging. Sorry.
Yeah, that's the one that did
This is the real life staging that was 100 days on market. We're getting close to 110, and we got this staging in here. I mean, it looks beautiful, but you can see that the living room is a little bit small-ish. But once we got the furniture in there, you can see that you have a whole sofa, 2 chairs, a coffee table, a TV, a console, everything's fine. But when you walk in that front door, people were just blowing right past the living room going, I don't know, I don't understand, I can't put my gallery furniture, recliner, sectional, media set in here, I don't think it's gonna work for me. And there's no shortage of inventory in this neighborhood, so they go to another house, which to the design is not as good, but they feel like it works for me, and they see themselves in the space because it might be furnished. Number 5, hire a flip savvy realtor team. That's how you make your flips fly off the shelf. This is our team, the WIRE team, that stands for Women in Real Estate. Because like I said, the woman buyer is a very, very powerful marketing tool as a seller. If you can get into the mind of the woman buyer, you're winning. We offer expert comp assessment. We have saved investors from buying bad deals. So right there, we're saving you bosses. We do market evaluation. This is where we tell our sellers how much they can expect to reasonably sell for, how long they can expect to be on the market, everything from the previous slides that we discussed, what's going to be appropriate for the split, buyer psychology, everything that I've talked about when it comes to invoking the senses and emotion, and putting things like a wine look in. I meant to give that example earlier. So we were working with a first-time investor up in Kingwood. They had a townhome, and the townhome immediately next door, same exact floor plan, was on the same timeline as we were. Very similar, another investor too, very experienced actually. Similar amenities, similar color palette. We put a wine nook in our kitchen, and they went to market first. And our buyer walked right past their unit, came to our unit, and put a contract on it before it was even finished. So we sold that in 0 days on the market. And they're still on the market. No wine. But the reason is because we knew our buyer. I said, do you know who's going to buy this? A single or divorced mom who needs to be in Kingwood to have her kids in these schools. And what do single moms need? Wine. Yes or no? Well, every mom needs wine. Every mom needs wine. So we said, give her the wine, please. And this lady walked in, she said, oh my God, a wine, let me write it up right now. So she turned it right up for full price, 0 days on market. And the other people, I think they reduced 10,000, they're still chilling. Drinking a Diet Coke, whatever. So we offer guidance on your return on investment selections. Do you need a $14 a square foot mosaic backsplash in your kitchen? You do not. Sobotel goes a long way.
Italy, I would say.
You do not. So your tile. I brought that up and imported from Italy because we had an investor walk into his house and we were like, they were literally putting the backsplash on while we were walking in, and I was like,
Stop.
pull it off. It's hideous. I paid $14, whatever the heck he paid for it. $40 per, like, whatever, imported from Italy because his GC was, I don't know. And I was like, I don't care, it's hideous. And it was a beautiful house, or it is now, but it was hideous. So thank God we didn't think he was going to listen to us, because we know, they can't do everything that we're asking him to do. They're in the middle of, they're already doing it, but he did change it. And it's funny because now he's like, oh my God, this house has got me excited again, because before it was just like, And we told him there was like an empty closet that was huge, and we're like, what are you gonna do with this? And he's like, I don't know, it's just a closet. And I'm like, well, it would be good. Put this wine rack in there, and it was like, it's like a whole room with this iron door that is like cut out, and he's just like,
veneer on the back wall. It is so sexy.
He's so excited about it now. But yeah, so
The mosaic backsplash, that's a whole other story, but we're not in love with that. But it doesn't matter how much it costs, like it doesn't need to be there sometimes.
Are y'all in the lineup business too?
Yeah, so Kim and Kiki's wine notes, we have tapes of you guys can see us for your wine note needs.
Thank you, Chris, that's a good idea. I will be starting that this evening.
I'll follow us on Facebook tomorrow. So yes, we do offer guidance on selection for you to get your money back. Like that $130 light fixture, a light fixture may not add to your appraisals, but could really cut down your days on market. So that's a different type of ROI. Marketing and connections. It is not unheard of for us at least once a month, probably sell a house before it even hits the market, just because we can ping pong off of other listings that we've already sold or what other people are doing in the area. We really like to get ahead of the market. Listing day one is not your first day of marketing. We are marketing the house as soon as we know about it. We have a surge of negotiation, as Chris made a bulldog reference. That was for Kim personally. I do the marketing side, Kim's the negotiation side. I promise you want Kim to be on your side of these negotiations. You don't want to be the one getting the phone calls from Kim on the other side of negotiations. You just don't. We also do contract structuring and contract adhesion. This is a big deal. We clean up all offers before Chris or our investors even see them. We know the terms that they need to be at, and we whip these buyers agents into shape. We have a whole list of instructions that they have to follow before they even submit the offer to us. So, creme de la creme, Chris only sees the best, and Kim also shakes down the lenders to make sure that these people are not playing with monopoly money, trying to buy these houses. And contract adhesion. I think we have a better than 50% recovery rate if anybody ever tries to send us a termination. Not so fast.
I'll try.
They do, they can send it, but then we really do like to be very solutions driven, figure out why did you not put in an offer, why do you feel like you need to terminate, why do you feel like you need to ask for all of these things after inspection, and and again, this is going to save you time and money as well.
Where we at? Oh, look.
And I think, what is that?
It's only one line.
So her one liner is quality doesn't cost, it pays. But I do want to say that Chris doesn't know what really happens behind the scenes before we bring him an offer. He has no idea the shit show that we have to deal with sometimes. And he's probably glad he doesn't have to deal with it, because I think we vent to each other sometimes, like, can you believe that? Can you believe that? It's because a buyer and even their agent sometimes, because we do this so much, we've been able to kind of set standards or set precedents that not everybody knows, or the realtor's like, wait, I've never seen that. So just because you've never seen it doesn't mean it can't be done. So they get real offended that it's not your standard, way to do a transaction. But we've already worked with our investors, or we've already worked with investors. We already know what they need, and we feel like empowered to know, don't be bringing me bullshit, but do it. I'm not even gonna take that to my seller because that's ridiculous. It's like we kind of filter all that stuff and try to get the best deal and the best transaction as fast as we can before. And when she said our return rate, I think I had a client recently, or a buyer recently, because when we listed the property, the HCAD was pulling in the wrong square footage of the land. It was a really big piece of land. It's like 26,000 square feet. And when we went through option, got to the survey, like, oh, well, part of that is the city. Whatever the city was there. So it was 14,000, I think, instead of 26,000. There's a back piece that wasn't going to be theirs. So he came back to me and he was like, hey, since it's smaller, we need you to reduce your price. I'm like, you can go flying high. We have 4 other offers. What do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know. We're not doing it. He said, well, it's less. I think you should reduce. I'm like, it doesn't matter what you think. This is what it is. Let's move on. Do you want to go or not? Because we have other people. So that's how we kind of negotiate, because we're going to be real with you. We're going to be real with them. We're going to try to get away as much as we can without being, slapped on the hand by Strike or Hard. But we really try to push the envelope, because we're not your typical, let's just sit back and write the
They still
contract.
pay full price, by the way, and it's closing tomorrow.
Yeah, they still pay full price and it's closing tomorrow. But yeah, he tries to pull fast. And so sometimes those negotiations happen and they don't even know. We're just like, you don't even know what happened. We're still closing. Don't worry about it. So that's part of the negotiation that we have to handle and have to deal with. But yeah, so our last line, quality doesn't cost, it pays. And a lot of times we talk about bridging the gap between the investor and the realtor, but it can't just be any one realtor. I mean, we could be just.
It's easy to become a realtor.
I mean, I think the one time we had a really weird situation, and we had to list it at the commission was at a reduced price because of just where it was, and the agent threw a fit. Like, she couldn't believe that that's all she was getting, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, that's what the listing agreement says. So, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. And so she was so mad, and I'm like, well, if you're not gonna let your buyer buy this house because you're not getting enough commission, what kind of service are you doing to your client? And so sometimes the quality that we provide either gets them more money, stays in days on market, or
Well,
just
don't cut it short though, because we actually wound up
Securing the buyer and the agent bowed out of the deal entirely.
Oh, yeah.
So the buyer didn't go anywhere, the agent just left.
Yeah, she's like, can you
give me 1% and y'all just handle everything. So she
She got a referral.
she got a referral in this place. But sometimes that happens because she didn't want to deal with, it wasn't the normal transaction. She was like, I don't understand. I don't know how this can be done. I don't know, like, everything is negotiable and you can work things in the deal. You just gotta figure out, you gotta be solutions driven, you know? So, that's one thing that comes after the flip, so you don't have to worry about that too much. A lot of this information was for you during the flip or during the process. But I mean, that's us in a nutshell. Well, not really just about that stuff, but we didn't have that much time.
That's the nutshell. Chris said we had time. He said we have 5 points. I said, so, are we good?
I think we're good.
Open up Q&A.
We can open it up for questions if you guys have any questions after your guys talk so much.
What do you charge on your fee?
I mean, we charge the regular, the regular price of 6% on a full list.
6%?
Yeah,
We do,
But
but
we-
we bring more value to the 6% than I think that you're gonna find anywhere else.
and you don't just
Get one realtor, you get us as a team, but then you also get all 12 of our agents that we have as a team, so they help us facilitate buyer support, open houses, anytime we need something, so we also have them, and we're training them to kind of know and be knowledgeable in the investor sector, how we have to learn, so.
Any other questions?
What
Sir?
are you seeing in first time flood homes as far as comps in like Memorial area or somewhere like that?
Is there any way that you can be more specific? What are we seeing as far
Are we
as?
seeing it's kind of topping to what it was before the flood, or are we seeing a drop in price? Or?
We do have to take that into consideration, so we're seeing at, 10 to 20%, if I have to generalize it, it's gonna depend a lot on the house. We have one right now, the one with the navy blue wall, that was, a flood home. So it's right off of Memorial Drive, it's listed at $695, but we're the first ones on the market, and that is an exclusive, like, townhome community, it's gated. Everybody's getting redone in there, obviously they had to. So we're the first ones on the market, and everybody's kind of like, what are y'all gonna do? How much y'all selling for? How's the interest? How's the traffic? So I'm like, whoa, we're like got pushed on the stage first. But it was that comp was something like $749 before Harvey, and that's before the remodel. So we're at $695 right now with the full remodel after the flood. But also it was flooded with the dam release, and I think that matters to some people, other people it doesn't.
Sure.
And I think we're probably gonna end up somewhere around like 650-ish when we get to it after, we have to, kind of do this first and see what happens, and our seller knows, it's something that, we're trying, we can't give them, we're gonna be on the market for 20 days, like we're having to trial and error and test the waters. And we're doing that in another neighborhood, we're done pretty soon.
So how long have you been on the market so far with that house you just mentioned?
Where's the
695. How long?
Oh, $695. It was listed less than 2 weeks ago. So it's still brand new on the market.
How's your traffic been so far?
It's decent. I think the presentation is very strong, and so the visuals are what's getting people in there right now. We did have one agent say that she felt it was priced high for being a flood property, but really, if you look at it, she also knows everything. She's been doing it for a very long time, so. That's our favorite line when people call it over, but I just want you to know I've been doing this a very long time. Okay, well, is this Jurassic Park? Like, we're even the last year? Okay. Yes, sir.
Would do you help people out that are doing more like a burst strategy where they're buying, rehabbing, and trying to rent out? Because I can see some of the same issues come up, because if you're going to rent someplace that looks like a gulag, you're not gonna get as good a rent, return as you would someplace that looks decent.
Yeah, I mean, look decent is one thing, but you're not gonna need to put the cherry on top, right? Like you don't need gold burst lighting, accent walls, all that stuff. You can pretty much get away with the very basic. Granite is granite. I think Fast Track would even almost be over improving for some rentals, depending on what your price point is. But yeah, you would kind of have to take it on a case by case basis and see what price point you're at with this rental to get it ready.
I mean, I do have one client and he wants a rental, but he's so set on getting a property that has a view of the city. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. And he's like, no, but I want to offer something more. So I'm like, all it does is let you, charge more for it. Make it, somewhere in a good location where, there's a good rental market. That's all you need. But he's so set on low. I want to kind of, it's important to him and he's trying to push that. And it's, giving him very few properties that are available for his view of downtown or wherever the hell he wants it.
Anybody else? All good. Off to the wine note then we go.
Thank you guys, I appreciate it. Have any questions, we'll be over here.
Thank you. So, sure you picked up a few clients out of this presentation. You like that? Everything? Good. So, this is, maybe more happy to work with them. So, hopefully we make them very wealthy with all the commissions that we're making. And I love when they earn commissions. That means I should have an incoming buyer in a few hours. So, it's all good. So, thank you all for coming out.